Hello and welcome everyone. It's now or never. Um we gotta come back to this. The Artist Way. What week is it? Where am I? What has happened? What's going on? Ladybugs are wonderful. So last episode, I believe, was week 8, which was recovering a sense of strength. So this would have been the week right before I left for Mexico. I left in the middle of week 8. And then this week, half Mexico, half States. Possibly was week 9, recovering a sense of compassion. And I actually am not sure if that sounds right. So I'm gonna check the footage. Okay. I just found out that I actually yeah. Week 8 is one that I need to talk about. And yeah, I think that's just gonna have to be how that is. Oh, I guess actually I don't know if I'm caught up, honestly. I feel really far behind. In my book, but I don't know, a lot has just happened in the past 2 weeks that I haven't been able to I don't know, really keep track of and log. And I wonder what that just I don't know. It's interesting the difference between that space of time in the moment and that space of time in my mind. And how that compares and relates to how much journaling and reflection that I've been able to do in that time period. So yeah, let's just go to week 8. Let's just chat about it. And I'm gonna chat about we're just gonna do a revisit and a recentering, I think, instead of trying to describe what the time was like, because that was too long ago. And also it's we can kind of do this together. So week 8, recovering a sense of strength. This week tackles another major creative block, time. You will explore the ways in which you have used your perception of time to preclude taking creative risks. You will identify immediate and practical changes you can make in your current life. You will excavate in the early conditioning that may have encouraged you to settle for far less than you desire creatively. Wow. Excavating the early conditioning that may have encouraged you to settle for far less than you desire creatively. Settling for far less than what you truly desire. Such an important note. Because I feel there's definitely a feeling or a pattern. I feel in the chapters that I've read recently, she talks about creative U-turns, and I think that she's talking about those moments where Like, you, it's like, when you walk back on your progress and how you need to, like, pull yourself back. Anyways, in week 8, chapter 8, recovering a sense of strength, she talks about survival and how one of the most difficult tasks an artist must face is a primal one: artistic survival. All artists must learn the art of survival, surviving loss, loss of hope, loss of face, loss of money, loss of self-belief. In addition to our many gains, we inevitably suffer these losses in an artistic career. They are hazards of the road, and in many ways, its signposts. Artistic losses can be turned into artistic gains and strengths, but not in the isolation of the beleaguered artist's brain. As mental health experts are quick to point out, in order to move through loss and beyond it, we must acknowledge it and share it, because artistic losses are seldom openly acknowledged or mourned. They become artistic scar tissue that blocks artistic growth, deemed too painful, too silly, too humiliating to share and so to heal. They become instead secret losses. If artistic creations are brain children, artistic losses are miscarriages. Women often suffer terribly and privately from losing a child who doesn't come to term. And as artists, we suffer terrible losses when the book doesn't sell, the film doesn't get picked up, the juried show doesn't take our paintings, the best pot shatters, the poems are not accepted, the ankle injury sidelines us for an entire dance season. We must remember that our artist is a child, and that what we can handle intellectually far outstrips what we can handle emotionally. We must be alert to flag and mourn our losses. The disappointing reception of a good piece of work, the inability to move across into a different medium or type of role due to other people's expectations of us, are artistic losses that must be mourned. It does no good to say, "Oh, it happens to everybody," or "Who was I kidding anyway?" The unmourned disappointment becomes the barrier that separates us from future dreams. Not being cast in the role that's yours, not being asked to interview the company, having the show canceled or the play unreviewed, those are all losses. Perhaps the most damaging form of artistic loss has to do with criticism. The artist within, like the child within, is seldom hurt by truth. I will say again that much true criticism liberates the artist and is aimed at. We are childlike, not childish. Aha is often the accompanying inner sound when a well-placed, accurate, critical arrow makes its mark. The artist thinks, yes, I can see that, that's right, I can change that. The criticism that damages an artist is the criticism, well-intentioned or ill, that contains no saving kernel of truth, yet has a certain damning plausibility or an unassailable blanket judgment that cannot be rationally refuted. Teachers, editors, mentors are often authority figures or parent figures for a young artist. There is a sacred trust inherent in the bond between teacher and student. This trust, when violated, has the impact of parental violation. What are we talking about here is emotional incest. A trusting student hears from an unscrupulous teacher that good work is bad or lacks promise, or that he, the guru teacher, senses a limit to the student's real talent, or was mistaken in seeing talent, or doubts that there is talent. Personal in nature, nebulous as to specifics, this criticism is like covert sexual harassment, a silly and yet hard to quantify experience. The student emerges shamed, feeling like a bad artist, or worse, a fool to try.